Let me ask you something. Would you invest in a business without a strategy? Would you embark on a journey without a map? Then why would anyone approach dating, arguably one of life's most emotionally charged, high-stakes endeavors, without a formula? We all know someone who's dated the wrong person. Maybe that someone is you. Maybe you ignored the red flags, followed butterflies instead of logic, and ended up with a broken heart, or worse, a broken self. You see, dating isn't just a gateway to relationships. It's not a warm-up, not a trial run. Dating is its own phase, and it has one job: selection. It's the vetting process, the audit, the filter. Relationships are where you build. Dating is where you decide who deserves that privilege. And if you don't treat dating like its own category, with its own metrics, you will keep gambling. You will keep winging it. In today's landscape, that gamble is increasingly dangerous. Let's look at the statistics. Over 60% of U.S. adults are currently single. That number is rising. Over 50% of all marriages end in divorce in less than 5 years. That signals a deep systemic failure, not of relationships, but of how we get into them. Most people are not bad at love. They're bad at dating. They have no structure, no method. They take advice from friends who are just as lost, follow fake gurus who've dated one person their entire life, or read books so generic you could replace the word partner with coworker and not notice the difference. So I created the official dating formula, not just as a guide, not just as a product, but as a solution. This formula is built on the reality of over 2,000 successful dates across every conceivable personality type. I'm not throwing theory at the wall. I'm sharing insights that were earned, experienced, and refined through actual real-world encounters. Now, let me be very clear. Expertise isn't just training, it's experience. And not just time spent, it's quality of outcomes. You could be with someone for 30 years and still know next to nothing about dating. You might be an expert on your spouse, sure, but you're not an expert on dating. You don't know the terrain. You haven't navigated the variables, the emotional puzzles, the psychological profiles. When you've dated 2,000 different women, you see patterns. You build systems. You develop a formula. And here's what that formula proves. Your outcome depends almost entirely on your selection. Let me say that again. Your success in love depends more on your initial choice than anything that follows. If you pick the wrong person, no amount of therapy, books, or advice will save you. Compatibility isn't something you manufacture. It's something you identify before commitment. Now, people ask, what if the person you choose is mostly right? That's fair. there are degrees. If you pick someone who's close, you'll have turbulence, but you'll land the plane. You may need relationship advice here and there, some tuning up, some recalibration. But if you pick someone who's outright wrong for you, that's a plane doomed before takeoff. Think about it. How many relationships have you watched crash? Not because the people involved were bad, but because they were simply wrong for each other. The official dating formula exists to prevent that crash. It teaches you how to spot incompatibility, not just chemistry. Because chemistry could fade, compatibility doesn't. It teaches you to understand the 12 personality archetypes that dominate modern dating. It helps you decode emotional intelligence, recognize trauma patterns, assess communication styles, all before you hand someone the keys to your emotional world. Now, some skeptics say, can a formula really help with something as emotional as love? Absolutely. And here's why. Feelings without structure are chaos. Structure without feeling is sterile. A successful dating formula must merge the two. That's what makes this different. It's not just psychological theory. It's not just emotional insight. It's battle-tested, real-life strategies that have prevented heartbreak, saved time, and delivered clarity in a space plagued by confusion. And it's not for everyone. If you want drama, if you're addicted to chaos, if you want to play the game until you burn out, skip my book. But if you're ready to date with purpose, with intelligence, with positive results, this formula is your blueprint. Let me share a quick example. I once coached a man who had spent years in toxic relationships, not because he liked toxicity, but because he never learned how to detect compatibility early. He followed emotions. He ignored patterns. And every time, he ended up broken. I gave him the formula. Within 6 months, he was dating someone fully aligned with him. And 2 years later, they were engaged. No drama, no damage, just clarity. That's what the official dating formula can do. It doesn't guarantee perfection. It guarantees precision. And in dating, precision is everything. So if you're tired of guessing, of wasting time, of repeating emotional mistakes that cost you years of peace and joy, it's time to use a formula. The right formula. The official dating formula. You wouldn't launch a business without a blueprint. Why would you launch your love life without one? The official dating formula is not just your ultimate guide. It's your emotional GPS. And if you're ready to learn how to use it, start with the official dating formula. Thank you.